Hey guys, welcome to Ascension U and welcome to a training with John, your performance mindset coach. In today's training, I'm going to dive deep into the system that I use with our clients, which is called IAM, which is an identity level system, which means we're focusing on the highest level of change. So let's head right over now and dive right into today's training. So this is called the Ascension upgrade. So what does that mean? How can we upgrade your internal system that's driving your everyday behaviors? Because everybody wants to focus on the problem. We think we need more tactics. We think we need better strategies. We think we have a marketing problem. We think we have a sales problem. But a lot of the time it comes back to the person who's running the problem in the first place. And this is leaving you feeling like you're on a hamster wheel, that you're doing things, you're taking action, like I know most of you are, but you're not getting the results you want. And that's frustrating. I get it. I've been there. I've worked with tons of clients who have been there, where it's not a lack of effort, it's just misaligned effort. And that's what we're going to dive into today. So we're going to focus on why strategy without identity is a losing game, how to align your mindset and energy with performance for your future vision, and finally, and one shift you can make today to start changing everything. So you're going to have some practical steps. By the end of the training, you'll understand probably some of the internal narratives that are holding you back. You'll have an idea of what can I do to actually change them, and a couple of steps that you can actually get started with today. So let's kick off with the identity trap. When we put ourselves in a jar, or we put ourselves in a box of what we think we are and what we think we're capable of. And the problem here is, for most people, this is something that they carry from quite a young age. It all comes back to or relates to, where you've grown up, the school you went to, the people you were surrounded with, the stories and labels that they put on you as a result of that influence. And then we start to form certain narratives about ourselves based off of this identity, that I'm this and I am that. And what we're doing is we're stacking layers and layers and masks that are actually pulling us further away from who we really are. And that's what we want to try to get you back to today. So what is the problems? Number one, influence and labels. You're being influenced by others and these labels that they put on you. Old belief systems. I'm an employee. I'm a 9-to-5 type of guy. Limited to a box. So we build 4 big walls around ourselves and how we see ourselves, and that then impacts us when we try to take actions in our business to get to that next level. So we need to focus on the be, do, have. Who do I need to become to do the things that I need to do consistently to have the outcomes I want? Everybody tries to approach it from the reverse. What do I need to have? They all start with the outcome. The problem is you don't have the identity and the mindset narratives of the person who can do the things you need to consistently on a daily basis, not just once off, consistently. Until we reverse that pattern, you're going to continue to find ways to self-sabotage because there's a misalignment in between who you think you are and the things you need to actually do. So who do I need to become to do what I need to do to have the outcomes I want to have in my life and in my business? Think of it as your operating system. If you don't update the system on your phone, it starts to lag. It starts to underperform. New apps don't work on some of the older systems. So what do we have to do? We have to upgrade it. Now we're going to focus on alignment. And this might be a new concept for a lot of people in terms of vibrating higher, in terms of stepping into a higher version of yourself. And what I want you to really put that into perspective before we dive in is the things I'm sharing is within you. The feelings that you will conjure up as a result of doing these exercises are not coming from something external. They're coming from you. And what that means is you have access to them. You've just built layers and layers of stories around them, and you're caught up in old emotional patterns that are stopping you from experiencing these emotions that you want to feel today. So let's dive into alignment. People are stuck in old energies and emotion from the past. You're stuck in an old energy and emotion from the past. And this is full of resistance and is leading to you procrastinating and self-sabotaging. You're trying to interact with a new goal with an old mindset, with an old energy system, with vibrating at an older version of yourself, and not the higher version of yourself that you need to be to achieve this goal. It's like tuning into the frequency on a radio. If it's not tuned to the right frequency, you're not going to get the station you want to hear. So we need to align our frequency. There's a misspelling there, should be alignment. Alignment frequency. Align mind, body, and vision. Visualizing your future self and feel your future self. So I'm going to give you an example of this because it can sometimes be a little bit hard for people to comprehend. So what I mean by this is you first have to actually ground yourself, right? You first need to be able to stop what you're doing and bring your body and attention to the present moment. So we're working with awareness. I want you to, just be in the room that you're in right now. Feel your feet touching the surface. Feel the temperature of the room on your skin. See the different colors that there is for you to see and hear what you can hear. And what it's doing is just bringing your awareness to the present moment, taking it out of the past, bringing it to the present moment. And now I just want you to get a sense and an awareness in your body of what that feels like. How do you feel right now? You should already feel a little bit lighter because you've moved out from a past to the present. But now we're going to take that one step further. Now I want you to visualize the future you. I want you to visualize the person who's already accomplished the goal that you have. So let's bring it to business, for example. I want you to see yourself in that moment, already doing and having it what it is you want to have. Visualize that for yourself. Create that mental picture. What do you see? What colors are there? Is it big? Is it small? Can you make it a little bit brighter? And really just play with your imagination here. And now that you know and have a visualization of what that is, I now want you to feel it. Because this is the gap for most people. They struggle to feel. It's not the visualizing that's the problem. It's they can't feel it. Because we're trying to feel it up here, but we need to feel it within here. So now what I want you to do is I want you to bring your awareness to your body. Bring your awareness from your top of your head right down to your toes. And I want you to feel an energy that's moving throughout your body right now. Because that's what we are. We're energetic human beings who vibrate and interact with different things. So I want you to feel that energy. And when you have that feeling, I now want you to bring your body to the future, to that part where you've accomplished your goal. So it now aligns with your vision. So I want you to bring your body there. Actually feel it into your body that you're in that moment. You've already accomplished it. You might be on that stage giving that talk. It could be celebrating with your family after your most successful year in business. But I want you to bring your body to that moment. I want you to let that energy just fill up your body, that feeling, that gratitude, that joy, and just hold on to that. And that is what I mean by aligning mind through visualization, mental rehearsal, body energies through how we feel, and our future self, the person we need to be to accomplish the goal. So I hope that was helpful, and you should definitely feel a little bit lighter right now. We're going to focus in on mindset and perspective. This is why that is so important. Number one is how you think. Number two, what emotions are you consistently feeling? What are the mindset loops you're running on a daily basis? Number three, how you perform and behave. And how does this lead to the habits that serve you, take you towards your goal, towards your future self, or the habits that pull you further away? The ability to be able to view the world from a different frame, from a different lens. So how do we do that? How do we change how we think? How do we change the way we feel? How do we change how we behave on a daily basis. The first thing we have to do is we need to be self-aware. We need to take ownership. We need to take ownership of everything that we have. Because by taking ownership, now we take back the choice to change. If we give away control, we lose the ability to change. So we have to first take ownership of the situation. Next, we need to bring awareness to the patterns that we currently run. What is it that goes through your mind on a daily basis? What are the certain thoughts? What are the strong emotions? The things that trigger things like anxiety, stress, overwhelm? What is that for you? What triggers happiness, joy, sorrow? Bringing more awareness to what it is you're experiencing. Bringing more awareness to your daily behaviors and patterns. Because that's all it is. It's a pattern. And we need to interrupt that pattern. We need to bring awareness so we create the choice to interrupt. And when we interrupt, we need to change the pattern and integrate a new pattern that serves us. So instead of that behavior, maybe you avoid people, right? Or you avoid a certain conversation that is impacting your business. So that situation is coming up and you're feeling that energy inside you, the thinking pattern of I don't want to be here, I don't want to do this. Your brain is telling you to retreat. What do you usually do? You avoid making the call. What would be reframing it? This call could change my life. It's just a call. What's the worst that could happen? What if I just tried anyway? And then the affirmative habit would be making the call. So we're bringing awareness to the pattern. We're taking ownership of the pattern. We're challenging the pattern. We're reframing the pattern. And we're taking action in the other direction. That is how we change our mindset. That is how we get a better understanding of what we're thinking, what we're feeling, and what we're doing on a daily basis. It's like you're removing the labels. Starting to remove the labels that you have at an identity level. Taking off that L plate to celebrate the fact that you're now a permanent driver. We're starting to align with the vibrations and frequencies of the person we need to be to succeed. And we're upgrading our mindset. We're upgrading our internal operating system. To wrap up this training, and this was designed to give you a better understanding about what I do, because I work with individuals. I don't work with the business. I work with the person who's running the business, because our duty is to become the greatest version of ourselves. Our duty is to be able to self-regulate. Our duty is to be able to tie the best narrative and perspectives possible to every situation to give us every chance to win. Our duty is to be able to run the play every day and not get in our own way. And now I've showed you and explained to you some of the details around how we do that. I want you to take an Ascension Scorecard if you haven't already done one with me. It's 50 questions and it's going to give you a better understanding of some of the identity stuff, some of the mindset, the emotional stuff, the behaviors and patterns that are holding you back in both life or business. Once it's done, we'll create a time for us to connect and give you some personalized feedback and solutions. So I'm going to put the link in the description of this video for you to take the Ascension Scorecard, and I really look forward to connecting and going through it with you after.